Morning. It's May 12th. I'm out of sticky notes.
I told you that yesterday.
No, look at it.
So here's our twin row plot. Not really. What's eating on it? Oh, something is eating it. They even ate the kernel right here. I mean, they just got the kernel left. This morning we're going to check a few fields. It'll probably be later this afternoon before we'll be able to plant. Dry on top, wet right under. So this is May 12th, like I say. This is 10 days after the last video came out. Had quite a bit of rain, so we are checking how our planter did. You can always look at the monitor, but it's always good to verify it too. So, just kind of walking the field. For whatever reason, in this one particular field, our GPS didn't work the greatest when we were strip tilling, and we're not really on the row. I don't know what happened, if there was, I have no idea. But we're on RTK, and when we strip tilled this field, it was off like 6 inches from time to time. But you can tell, man, something's really working on this corn actually. Something is eating it. That's not good. I was about to say, you can tell when he's on the strip and off the strip. Try to find a pass where he's on it real well. When he's on the strip, especially with this cold we've been having, that ground's warmer in that strip and the corn looks a lot better. So if you're new to the channel, we do strip tilling. So strip tilling, we come in here, we till this strip, this 6 inches wide strip, put fertilizer down, and then ideally that corn should be right there on that strip. But like I say, it's off a few inches. It should be right in the middle of that strip. Let's go and delay this field a little bit. I mean, it will eventually get over to those nutrients, but I'll delay it a little bit. That's what the corn's supposed to look like. So this field is some of the gravelier ground. I'll walk out and look at it. This will probably plant this afternoon. Plenty of moisture. So in certain conditions, the strip till bar will do this. BJ, would you have been dragging right here or tripped or something maybe? Nope. So really only experience this in sod or wheat stubble, which this is wheat stubble.
These are the middle rows, and I have never drug up or tripped the middle rows.
Over here in this field, this is the same soil, same day. He did this field and then went over to this field. This field did not have wheat stubble in it though. Not near as much sod or volunteer wheat, and it strip tilled beautifully. Yeah, we'll definitely be able to plant this today.
Yeah.
Oh, squishy.
Where's he?
Squishy.
No. Camera.
He's like, I want to eat the food, but the humans are here. Okay, so we have formulated a plan. Dad is fixing a crossing over to one of the farms that across a creek that washed out. He's also grabbing a couple pieces of concrete that we had flagged when BJ was strip tilling. BJ, I think, is going to haul a load of corn. I'm going to hop in Dad's buggy because my rock sore currently doesn't have any fenders on it. I'll show you that in a second and explain what's going on there. And I've got like 3 fields that I just never got mapped. It's probably going to be 6-7 hours before we start planting, just because it is a little damp and I want to let it dry out a little bit more. So while I'm waiting, I'm going to go map those fields. This is the setup I was using to map with the rock sawer, so I need this. So yeah, been doing some modifying. That's going to go in there like so. Then we're going to have flat fenders. And then we're going to stuff these under there. Oh yeah, it's going to look good. So first thing we got to do before we can start mapping is I got to rob a antenna off one of the tractors. I'm going to take the one off of the strip tiller. It's a little too wet to strip till. So we'll be able to plant before we can strip till because, where am I? There we are. We'll be able to plant before we can strip till because the strip tiller is going pretty deep. We're going to shallow it up a little bit. We're going to start going 6 inches. We have been going 7 inches deep. Down 6-7 inches, we're going to be pulling up clods if we try to do it today. With the planters, I mean, the top 2 inches of ground is going to be pretty nice and dry. So anyways, that's why we're doing that. Dad is going to need his antenna before BJ needs this one. Now we only have about a day, maybe a day and a half left of stripping. And then this tractor is going on the Turbo Max. Now the reason that we are using this receiver is that it's RTK unlocked. So there is a receiver on each combine. They are not RTK unlocked. And for accuracy's sake, making these boundaries and these guidance lines, you really need an RTK receiver. RTK is sub-inch accuracy, so that's why we use it. All right, connected there. Connected to power, we're ready to go. This is very temporary. Normally I would have a ram mount there and it would be all pretty, but we're gonna be done with this in a few hours. So George is doing him some bush hogging. He may be retired from the farm, but he still likes mowing. All right, so we just ate some lunch. It is time to start getting the planter ready to go. So I need to move this rock saw because Dad still has an old school seed tender. So we gotta get it out. Hey, I don't know. Looks pretty beastie without that fender on there. Definitely be a mess. First mud puddle we hit, it'd be miserable. Had to make an emergency stop at the bathroom, along with Dad and BJ, but we got the seed loaded up. So Dad has enough seed to plant like 130 acres. My problem is place he's going is a little bit more, so we're sending him with some reinforcements. I'm not putting this in there now because it's a different hybrid. I want to try to get the planter completely empty before we do that, or at least close enough for government work. All right, finally getting back to this thing. We're gonna go do what we gotta do, and then we're gonna get in the planter, or go get a tender, and then get in the planter. The corn planter's going though, and that's the important thing. We just got done. This will be the last field BJ does. Pretty sure that we are done mapping fields now, like for good, or till, well, we're done till next year. We're done with all the cornfields, so we're gonna get the planter. All right, let's see how we did here. Oh, I don't even have my hitch in. Ah, close. There we go, good enough. All right, that's all that variety. So this is the last time that I'll be home, God willing, assuming the planter works all right, for quite a while. Kayla's already made dinner, so I'm gonna stop and grab me a dinner box to go, and then we're gonna go get started. Old Rockstar's gonna look pretty good when we get them flatties on there, especially with the 35-inch tires. Woo! You're feeling awesome.
A couple hours behind, but sure.
Something happened to your bowl.
Looks
Weird.
like you happened to that food.
It's got a hole in it or something. Bye, Livia. Bye, Emmy.
Bye, Dad.
So before we go planting, we need to get some government juice. So I got to open up the building, that way we can top it off. I have to check fuel. I don't know how much fuel we have. If we need fuel, we will fill up the planter while we're fueling. We have enough seed to plant for a good while, but I mean, we're just gonna be sitting there waiting on it to fuel up, so might as well do that too. Fuel, we're good. Def, not so much. Definitely trying to remember how this works. It's only been 10 days. I forgot. It's all coming back now. Looks like we're dragging up. I don't think it's one of the row openers this time. I think I ran a stick into it or something. So let's see what happens. Found it. So I had a few issues. Got them worked out now. It was my own fault, but on the Accu terminal, which is the AGCO monitor, you can select profiles for different implements, and I screwed up looking back and loaded up the profile for the sunflower tillage tool. So when you do that, none of your hydraulic settings are saved. Everything is saved for that tool, and it took a little while to get that all ironed out, but we're planting now. All right, so we just got moved up the road. My brother, he just got done for the evening. It is 8 o'clock or 7:30, 8 o'clock. No, it's 8 o'clock. He's coming up to get me, take me to get my seed tender. I'm going to need to fill up to finish this field, and then we're going to leave the planter and tractor here tonight because we're coming back in the morning. Impeccable timing. Now we have the seed. Just a bit outside. If you don't know that movie, You're missing out. So now we're loaded up. Hop back in the tractor. It's good, it's getting cold. It's actually supposed to be down to like 35 tonight. Wonderful. So if we get this cool temperature, we could potentially be getting a frost on our wheat, which would be pretty bad for it right now. We have a really good looking wheat crop, but if we get frosty tonight, that could really affect that wheat crop in a negative way. So Dad just left out of here. Must be going high speed. He planted 130 acres pretty quick. I don't know if he's done for tonight or if he's going to another field. A lot of people asked us why we were doing a high-speed planter. That planter is a large planter. We were able to cover a lot of acres with it before high speed, but with it being high speed, this year that's going to be awesome because we got 4 days before it rains again. We don't have a lot of planting done, and we're hoping to be pretty much done when this window closes. That's our goal. Windows got a little dirty last time. But see, now you guys can't say I don't clean the windows. They're cleaned. That's what you call a field cleaning job. So I think I got something stuck in my road cleaner. Ow! I don't think it's one of the openers. Fingers crossed. Maybe it is one of the openers. Well, crap. So this is very frustrating. Pretty sure this opener's out. I don't think the other one's out. The other one still has an edge on it. That's how new it is. So the case opener system, you have the leading edge. So this opener's in front of this one. I like that style. In my experience, it gets in the ground very well. Don't need no-tills when you have that. I really like that style of opener. This particular opener system, or this particular supplier of openers though, has been nothing but trouble. I can take this blade and wiggle it. Don't think you should be able to do that. And I'm pretty sure it's probably going to plug up before I can get back to the truck, where I have 4 new openers. I'm looking to do like 1,000 acres in the next 4 days. And I bet I run out of openers before it happens. It's very frustrating. It's going to even be better when I can't find any openers. Because of COVID, of course. So put this thing back together and maybe we can get back to the other end of the field. So make no mistake about it, I love the planter other than that. And the Pro 700. Well, it's running for now. Hopefully it'll hold together. So now that we got the field opened up, we are making short work out of this 42 or 3 acres. So we should get it done here in the next like 20 minutes. That's gonna be it for tonight as far as planting. I gotta go like half a mile down this farm lane. I don't have a ride back to my truck. And there's some angry dogs in between me and that half mile of my pickup, so I don't really feel like tackling that in the dark. That's gonna put me at about 75 acres for the day, and it's gonna put Dad, I think he did about 200 acres today, so definitely not what the planters can do in a day, but we didn't start till like 5:30, 6 o'clock. And this is kind of a bonus day. We didn't really expect to be planting today, and with the way that our spring is shaping up, you gotta take advantage of these bonus opportunities when you can get them, so. I'm looking forward to tomorrow, hopefully putting in a pretty good day. Like I said, we're trying to get about 90% of our planting done in 4 days. I guess 4.5 counting today. Alright, the last pass. So that opener's still on there. It'll probably finish going out whenever I'm like the furthest possible away from my truck and don't have a blade. So I'll throw a blade in here and a 3/4 socket tomorrow. That way we have it. I don't know about everybody else, but it's almost like my bowels know that we will be home soon.